Hey there. So let's talk about Facebook ads a little bit. We're going to start at the very beginning and work our way from which campaigns you want to choose all the way down to how to put together your ads. So the first thing I want to discuss is campaigns and what they are and how to choose them. So first, what you'll see here, I'm at my business's page's main business page for Facebook ads. So from here, I'm going to go to the menu here, and I'm going to go to Ads Manager. On the next page, you'll see if you've never run any ads before, it'll look blank. If you have, there'll be a few in there. Mine will have some in there because I have ran ads before. So once this loads here, it'll show you at the campaign level more often than not. And again, if you haven't run ads before, it won't show anything here, which is fine. So what we're going to do here is going to go to Create. From here, it's going to help you try to choose what kind of marketing objective you want to choose. Now, I'll briefly go through some of these here, but I'll also include an attached document that has a few more details about the best ways to use each of them. And if you're ever confused, you can always mouse over the little info button and read what it says. And if you want to know more about how it works and what each one is good for, you can find out more here from Facebook. So that's just an option there to get more information. The first one is over here in the awareness category. There's brand awareness and reach. You basically want to use these if you want to reach as many people as possible for as cheap as possible. Now, it sounds like that would be something that you would want to use all the time, because that sounds the best, like, oh, I want to reach as many people as possible for as cheap as possible. But the reality is you want to, this is better for, as it says, awareness. So creating awareness that you exist as a brand. And we can get into other reasons why some of the other ones may be more beneficial. The next category over is consideration. So there's traffic, engagement, app installs, video views, lead generation, and messages. So of these, more than likely you will not be using the app installs because you probably don't have your own personal app. So we'll ignore that one. Traffic. Each type of campaign optimizes for a different action. So for example, the traffic campaign optimizes for getting traffic. So if you wanted people to visit a blog post or something like that, you would want to choose a traffic objective. And it will optimize and show the ad to people most likely to actually click on the link and go to whatever web page you want to take them to. Engagement, that is for, you can use this one for a couple different things actually. If you want post engagement, if you want page likes, or if you're running an event, this is what you want to use, is the event responses for the engagement. But engagement is kind of like a fancy way of boosting a post. I don't use this too often, however, it does have its place. App installs, like I said, probably not something you're going to use. Video views, this is going to optimize to get as many video views as possible. So it's going to try to show it to people in your selected audience who are most likely to watch the video. Lead generation, this one allows you to create a small form on Facebook that will collect basic information like maybe like name, email, phone number, and that kind of stuff. To allow people to basically inquire as a lead directly on Facebook. So they don't have to go to a separate webpage or anything like that. They can basically fill out a form and inquire with you directly on Facebook. So that's a good option. The key to that one, though, is if you're using that option, is that as soon as those leads come in, as soon as people fill out that form, you definitely want to be contacting them while they're still excited in the moment. But that's a good option, and I know quite a few photographers who use it with quite a bit of success. And a lot of them that do definitely get back to those leads pretty much as soon as they inquire, as quick as they can. Messages, like it'll show a little button that says message us here, and the objective is to get people to send you a message, or rather to your business page. So it's optimizing to get people to contact you that way. So that's another option. These are the conversion options are probably options that you won't use that often, but I'll kind of briefly go over what they are. Conversions is getting people to convert in some way, and the way that you do that is you tell Facebook what a conversion looks like. So if you want people to inquire with you, and that's considered a conversion when they convert to an inquiry, you would tell Facebook, hey, a conversion is when somebody gets to my thank you page that they only get to see after they inquire with me. That's a conversion. And then Facebook will optimize for people who are most likely to actually convert. Now, this also sounds like something that you definitely want to do. Like, yeah, I want to track conversions. I want people to convert into inquiries. But the downside is that unless you have at least 20 to 50 conversions, this option isn't going to optimize very well, and you're going to spend a lot of money for very few leads. When you keep in mind the fact that a click-through rate of people, clicking from your ad onto a page, just clicking the link is 0.9% or 1%, you have to spend quite a bit of money to get 20 to 50 conversions before Facebook can really optimize this particular campaign objective. So while it sounds like something you want to do, unless you're running a lot of traffic or spending a lot on ads, it's probably actually not. But that's what it is. Catalog sales, pretty self-forward. It drives catalog sales. If you sell things by catalog, chances are you probably don't. And store traffic is how to, if you have like a physical brick and mortar location, it helps drive people to get into the store. As photographers, that's less likely something you would be concerned with because a lot of people don't have a storefront, or if they do, they only necessarily want people dropping by appointment only. Otherwise, they might, interrupt a session or something like that. It's, generally you don't stop by a photography studio, it's definitely something that's appointment driven. That's more for actual stores that sell, products as opposed to experiences. So again, these ones probably wouldn't be ones that you would use that often. More often than not, as photographers, you're probably going to be with brand awareness and reach, traffic, engagement, video views, lead gen, and messages. And again, each one has a different purpose, and I'll provide more information about how those can work. For me, what I generally do when I am running ads is I will name the campaign. So I'll do like April promotions, and then I'll name it with the type of campaign objective that I'm using. So that way, at a glance, I know what it is. I know what each campaign is and what it's optimizing for. It's just easier for me when I'm doing stats. So that's a basic overview of what the campaigns are. So next, we will talk about moving on to the ad set part of the creating our Facebook ads.